Francis Sunwifro, the governor of Ebonyi State, is in trouble now. I mean, he's in on of dilemma now. No know what to do. Is either to please his Fulani, I mean, paymaster, or he will have to obey the instruction of the people of Ebonyi State. Our people, I mean, youth of Ebonyi State has rise up to say no to Fulani dominance in their area, and they have started, I mean, holding the governor at the jugular that he must support it that the Fulani should exit their domain. What do you have to say about this, Omar?
Let me just tell you very clearly, that we immediately we saw this handwriting on the wall. It started from the Islamic banking under when Umar was governor of Ebonyi State, and a lot of people were shouting because when you see this opening coming, you begin to wonder, why we see so much presence of Islamic tendencies in Ebonyi State as at that time. And unfortunately for people, unfortunate for Ebonyi State people, we saw another person emerging from nowhere, and we are seeing Francis Sunwifro now as the governor. In continuity, I remember what he said very earlier, that he's going to continue from where Omar he stopped, and he has no plan, to jettison whatever, and he will be taking instructions from Umar himself, and we can see the position of Umar
presently
in Nigerian APC-led government. Very disturbing about the status of Igbo leaders in the southeastern part of the country. None of them normally comes out to condemn the killings in various forest communities by these jihadists. They are there, and I don't know why they are now rising up. But now it has become very clear that both their Ebubago, both their whatever they call themselves now, the youth has said that enough is enough. The rising of the presence of the ESN is overwhelming. I can tell you more than 17 communities now have been taken over by the youth. There's serious uprising in Ebonyi State, and I can tell you clearly that Francis Sunwifro is in a big trouble. Unless you come out, of course, clearly that before if care is not taken, I don't think he's going to remain there as governor, because there's going to be a million march youth movement against Fulani in that state. Now happening live, and the first two is that if you look at the structure now, what we are seeing, what we have been shouting, we keep on talking about it, whether you like, because these are the things Mazi Nnamdi Kanu capitalized on. Said is in prison now because of the same thing. Then how would you read it when we have seen the fear everywhere? We have read it on the in history. We saw some of them, we observed it. We saw it happen in our presence. We saw how countries collapse and lost their identity to conquest. We can't say it. No, see, there should be a movement that will engineer pro-Biafran taking over structures at the local government as political leaders. Very important. Very, very important. We should start championing that now, because what is happening in Ebonyi State is becoming threatening. Ebonyi State has boundaries with, Cross River, has boundaries with Igbo State, has boundary with the North Benue precisely, and it is getting to that level that over 1 million youths are saying enough is enough. And that's, yes, I can tell you, the 17 communities now, is currently under serious clearance by the ESN forces now. They are already there, because a lot of people have died in that, and the governors are not saying anything. So it is time for them to start championing, and putting pro-Biafran leaders in their among the councillors, among the local government chairmen, so that they can be able to resist this actual political conquest that have come. It has come. There's nothing you can do about it. It has come, and these are the things we live to remember about the IPOB leader himself, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May your days be long, and may you continue to live forever, wherever you are, your family and everybody, for alerting Nigerians on time. See, they might be saying it that these guys are sophisticated. They have moved from the era of AK-47 to AK-49. Now they are using drones
to attack.
So you can see the level. And remember that it's not just about the Fulani Northern oligarchy, sponsorship. It has a more broader support.
Even insider, people from our home, our brother. At least Wifri is from Ebonyi State and is the one hosting them. And when you see Ifu, you cannot talk. That means you are in support of that Ifu. That was what baffles me.
Of course, it baffles you, because you see when they are supposed to react, they don't react. But we see, at every slight testing, you see the northern governors, or possibly, Fulanis, that have conquered the entire northern political space, owned by the indigenous Hausas. And people are wondering, how come for so many years, 60 years plus now, no Hausa man is deemed fit to become governor of any state in the north? And you think it is ordinary? And you think that people should not rise? And we should just stay and watch these things take place completely, because their aim has always been, the Christian Biafra, and that was what triggered the Nigerian Civil War. It was between the Muslim Nigeria and the Christian Biafra, and that war is still ongoing, psychologically to date. The resistance you are saying today, to an extent, was as a result of a quick, thought of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who was able to set up a force. Let me put it that way, to begin to checkmate the invasion of these people in our respective forests. Nobody's going to the farm now in Ebonyi, and that is why the youth are taking it to the governor of Ebonyi State currently now, and Umahi himself, and of course to an extent Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see the military hierarchy, yes, they cannot, there is a serious engagement and face-off between the Ebonyi youth and the Nigeria, and of course, to an extent, there's series of signal, if the police don't get to the level of, taking responsibility of providing security, the 1 million man march against Fulanis in Ebonyi State has started, and that is the message this morning. There's no stopping and there's no going back. The consciousness is there, and this period, they are not looking back. It is Operation Clearance, and the boys are not smiling. Yes, they understand the fact that it is not about Nigerian Muslims, not a Muslim per se. What the involvement of Iran, involvement of Syria, involvement of Libya, involvement of some Arab nations who are looking at where to nationalize the Fulanis from all over the world. That's the problem. You think it's a joke? I don't know why these governors are not reasoning. I don't know why our mothers will be dying in their respective farms, our youths will be killed, and nothing, just because of cow. For you. Just cow. Thousands of lives are going. Where we have enough forest in the North Sambisa forest to ranch over 30 million or 100 million cows. And nobody
they live off those forests and use it as a camp for terrorists.
They are pushing these food soldiers all in the name of pastoral, what they call pastorials, or herdsmen, or nomadic.
Fulani nomadic.
Or they are moving from one. These are food soldiers. You don't know this. When they get to a particular place, according to the intelligence, they'll be able to build a smaller cell inside forest. You will not know. You think they are this thing. From there, when they are bringing their men through trucks, through whatever means, you think they are going for this. At the end, they get to a particular point. Therefore, instructed them to stay, and before you know it, they disappear inside the forest.
That's what reminds me about a truck that was coming from the north, where they started distributing. People inside forests, small, along the Ondo axis. When they arrested them, what are you looking for here? Only 2% of them know where they are going and what the mission is. They are just dropping them to go inside the forest.
Yes, most of them have been.
Yes,
because you know that this extremism is tied to religion. They have already painted a particular picture in their mind, radicalized extremely. So they pretend as if they are not hearing you, but they are hearing you. They pretend as if they don't speak Hausa. They are hearing everything. They know what. Look at most of them when they are being caught. You said this person does not hear English, but he knows how to operate AK-47, AK-49.
Can we say to this extent, this is why they are after making sure that they arrest Samuel Nekpa in Finland, because after Samuel Nekpa is being incarcerated in the Finland, we saw the increase in these people, their influx in the Southeast.
Because Samuel Nekpa was almost shutting them down, I know, just not with God. But it's time to tell people to be alert, because indeed the law has allowed you, even in the Nigerian law allowed you, the international law that supersedes the Nigerian law allowed you to defend yourself, to defend your property, defend your life, defend your family and yourself in the midst of attack. It is not a crime. Let me give you an instance. People were wondering why Peter should be carrying arms up and down. But he said, keep it. You might need it another day. We should not be thinking that we are not what it is. We are what it is. And that is the thing. These governors you are seeing, have nothing. Look at what is happening in Delta states now. Look at what is happening in Edo State. The same thing is happening in all the South and Southeast states simultaneously. Just one reaction in Edo State. Look at the 19 governors from the north stood up.
All of them rise up.
And you can see the entourage of the South and Southeast governors marching to Caliphate Sokoto to bow down to the Sultan of Sokoto, who had never for one day condemned the killing of Christians in Nigeria.
Very, very unfortunate. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget